Hi, I'm Ben Jealous, President, People for the American Way. In 2021, we saw the greatest wave of voter suppression bills since the rise of Jim Crow. Meanwhile, in Washington, D.C., Senate Republicans once again used the filibuster to stop federal voting rights protections from being passed. The president said this was the greatest domestic threat to our democracy, and yet he hesitated to call on his own party to create a path for an up or down vote.
The American public, you can't stop them from voting. We tried last time.
Protest up on Capitol. The comment made us very concerned. He didn't understand how real this threat is. We knew we had to take our message directly to Washington and get the president's attention. We started on a brutally hot day in August. Our message was simple: Mr. President, you alone have the power to fix this. You must call on the Senate and motivate them to clear the path for an up or down vote. Sure, Mr. President, you have the power to ensure voting rights protections get passed. If that means fixing or nixing filibuster, so be it. After all, sir, you are a master of the Senate. So please, sir, make sure it gets done. On October 5th, we were back protesting at the White House. 5 of us were arrested that day, forced to stay overnight in a jail that would soon be ruled unfit for human habitation. Among us was Dominican sister, Catholic nun Quincy Howard. The police removed her veil when they arrested her. Among us is the leader of the Workers' Circle, a secular Jewish activist organization, Noelle D'Amico. The police told her that she must remove her wedding ring. She couldn't. They cut it off. 2 weeks later, we were back with an even bigger crowd. This time we were joined by our board member, ALYSSA MILANO.
19 states have adopted 33 bills that is making it more difficult for people to be able to vote.
Fellow board members, Rabbi David Saperstein and Reverend Tim McDonald, started to turn cold at the start of November. We were joined by Martin Luther King's granddaughter herself, 13-year-old Yolanda King, risking arrest for the first time.
It's time to stop silencing our voices.
With her were my 15-year-old daughter, Morgan. Soleil Moonfry's daughters, poet, 16 years old, Jagger, 13.
We're proud to feature the voices of youth activists today.
Inside the White House, those attending the press briefing could hear our chants, freedom songs.
We are not afraid. We are not afraid.
No justice. No peace. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it?
Pressure was beginning to grow. Reporters kept asking what the president was going to do.
They also said that the president needs to lean in on the filibuster in the Senate as the House.
We saw real change in how the press framed the issue. It shifted from this being some sort of wonky insider thing on Capitol Hill to being about people across this country clamoring for their voting rights to be protected. It became a test of the president's resolve to protect Americans' right to vote and stand up for Americans' values. Most importantly, we saw the president change his tune. In just 3 months, he went from saying, can't stop the people from voting, to admitting that this was not only a real threat, but that we might just have to fix or nix the filibuster.
When it comes to voting rights, just so I'm clear, though, you would entertain the notion of doing away with the filibuster on that one issue? Is that correct?
And maybe more.
That's huge. At our last midday action at the White House, more than 1,000 faith leaders, young elected officials, women's rights leaders, civil rights leaders, students, activists from across the country, regular voters demanding their voting rights be protected, showed up, and 200 were arrested. This movement to demand the president act on voting rights has grown to be something truly incredible. Together, we have moved the needle in Washington. And it doesn't stop here. This is the civil rights movement of our lifetimes. This is the most urgent issue of the day. And we will win because we will fight to the end. Please keep pushing forward. We must pass voting rights legislation now. God bless you. Good fight, win.